All right, guys, today we're talking about scaling effectively, and why we scale. So some of the reasons that we scale to increase your fitness. So wherever you're at today, moving you forward from there, okay? Working with limitations, we're talking about like adaptive athletes. Injuries, we're talking about something that might be nagging you right now or something that's happened to you right now, but we're gonna eventually move on beyond that issue. And then the stimulus, maintaining the most effective scaling options for the given stimulus for today's workout. We're going to be looking at 4 different key components for scaling. Something that we want to maintain always when we're training and we're exercising is we want to focus on having good mechanics, consistency of those mechanics, so we can get to the highest intensity that we can for the day given our current fitness level. Now that being said, first thing we're going to look at is movement function, and that just means the movements that are in that workout for the day. Now, the example for us is going to be an overhead squat. Maybe we have a 135-pound overhead squat in the workout today, but that load is a little bit heavy for us. We have moved to a lighter load like a barbell, for example, and then we would go all the way down to an unloaded object like a PVC pipe, weighs a couple ounces. But the idea here is that we're maintaining the same movement function. What we don't want to do is get away from doing that movement function, like as an example, a front squat or a back squat, simply because we don't like overhead squats. Back to the original thing that we talked about improving or increasing your fitness, we're not going to do that. All we're going to do is just move away from things we don't like. And if we're just avoiding things we don't like, we're just going to limit how far down that path of improving our fitness we can actually get to if we avoid particular movement functions just because we don't like them. All right, so now that we've kind of covered the movement function portion, we're going to look at loading parameters. We're going to head back to mechanics, consistency, and intensity. So what that means is whatever the loading parameters are for the workout, we want to be able to maintain that stimulus. So as an example, if we're going to be doing a 5 by 5 back squat or 5 sets of 5 reps on a back squat, we want to be able to complete all 5 reps for all 5 sets. If I get into set number 3 and I can no longer complete all 5 reps, I've exceeded the loading parameter for the day. I want to challenge myself. I want to make it really challenging for myself as long as I can maintain good mechanics, consistency, and then I can now hit that intensity. If I don't hit all 5 reps, I've not quite hit the intensity that we're looking for the day or the stimulus for the day. So there's some things we want to consider with regards to loading parameters. If we're looking at maybe like a snatch or an overhead squat and we can only do 1 to 2 reps, but it calls for 9 reps, we've probably exceeded the loading parameters for that workout for that day. So there's an example of how to adjust and scale for loading parameters. All right, so next, after movement function, loading parameters, we're going to move on to the time frame, right? So the time frame for the workout. The example here is going to be a goal of completing whatever amount of work in 5 minutes. The cap is going to be 7 minutes. So we want you to finish around 7 or 5 minutes, and then you have up to 7 minutes of leniency, right? Up to that extra 2 minutes. Now, if we're going to look at scaling, and say we scale the workout and we get down to it and we finish the workout at the 3-minute mark, we probably scaled ourselves way too much, right? We want to be at that 5-minute mark. So we made things maybe a little too easy or not as technical or challenging as we should have. If we get beyond 7 minutes and we did not finish the workout, chances are we didn't scale enough or we didn't scale at all. Right, so what we want to look at is we want to make sure that we hit the goal for the day. So at the whiteboard, when the coach tells you what the goal is, someone says this is what we're looking to finish in this amount of time frame, that's what you're looking to hit. And you want to start putting some reflection on what I need to do to get to that point. All right, so the last thing we're going to look at is the volume of repetitions. Let's use the example of Angie, which has 100 reps of pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 air squats. Maybe that 100 is beyond our ability to maintain good mechanics, consistency of those mechanics, and intensity, trying to hit that stimulus that we're looking for the day. So maybe we need to scale that back, right? Maybe we could scale it down to, as an example, 75 of each one of those movements so that we can maintain that time frame that we're looking for and maintain the same movement function without losing the mechanics, the consistency of those mechanics, and being able to maintain that same intensity given the time frame. All right, to close it out, you guys, scaling is not a one-size-fits-all. It's going to change as you move and you become more fit. Scaling options are going to change for you. If you ever have questions or concerns, hit your coach up in class. If you guys have any questions or comments about this stuff, please post them below.